Welcome to Dad's Drafts.
Hello, welcome dudes and dudettes. It's great to have you here. Welcome at Dad's Drafts. Now, as you can see, we're going to do another premiere draft of Aetherdrift. Now, let's get right into this. As always, I will say my picks, why I do them, and maybe I can teach you something. And if you have any feedback for me, also please do let me know, because I'm eager to learn. Now, I'm also currently live streaming, so if you are watching, thank you for joining me. But especially if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can also ask in the YouTube comments, that's also fine. And if you like what I do, feel free to click some buttons. And especially welcome to my 3 new subscribers. I'm currently at 80. Students of mine asked me, perhaps you could do something once you hit 100 subscribers. Well, I could do something, but I wouldn't have any clue what to do. So let's just see if this thing can actually find a draft table and get into this match. Everything seems to be looking fine. I can see there's some people joining me. Welcome. This is taking a bit longer than expected. So if you're on YouTube, just skip ahead. And if you're not, as I said before, feel free to ask questions if you want. So first we're going to start with a draft. The draft means you pick the cards that you're going to use to play with. And there is a lot of thought behind a draft. Things that you do pick, don't pick, not only the best cards. Waiting for the last person to take a seat. All right, there we go. All right. Well, the unfortunate thing is that we do have some decent rares, but the thing is they are 2 colors. So this one is actually pretty good. But if you already take this one at pick 1, you're pretty much settled into 2 colors. And the chance of us ending up in white-blue are like 10%. And this is not something you can easily splash because it's at the 2 mana spot. This one is splashable, so you can use this, for instance, if you go red-green and then you just use some white mana to play this, or, you know, any other kind. Now there's also an Outpace Oblivion, which is pretty much just a removal spell. And I think that might be actually the one that I'm going to pick, because I want to stay as open as possible. So I'm just going to get into red, as it seems. But we'll see what comes around. Excuse me for my coughing, by the way. Okay, so there's this rare. It is a 3/3 for 2 green, so it is quite green heavy. It has reach, which is good, and you can cycle it. And if you cycle it, you can destroy an artifact or enchantment with that mana value. There's also this Adrenaline Jockey, which is okay, I think. There's also a Spin Out, which is also just good removal. I think I'll just take the rare. Now, I'm not sure if this is the best card there is, but I know that green is a pretty solid color in this set. So I think I'll go for the green. I could also just take the Jockey and stay in red, or take the removal. But you already have some. I think I changed my mind. I'm just going to stay in red for as long as I can. All right. Now there's some double colored cards, which are interesting. I like the boosted sloop. We don't have anything with cycling yet, but I think blue-red is pretty strong. And there's also a boost buggy, which I like. But I think I like the sloop more, because this thing actually does something the turn you play it, because it's when you attack. So if you have a creature played on turn 2 and you play this and then you attack, you get this trigger. So I think I'll go for the boosted sloop and see if maybe we can end up in a red-blue deck. Now, we would love it if either of these 2 comes around, but I'm not too sure of it. Okay. Very glad that I picked up the boosted sloop here. There's the Scrounging Skyray, which is one of the signpost cards for at least something with cycling. And we picked up some removal, and the boosted sloop, which does the same thing. So we will take this, and maybe we will end up in a nice blue-red cycling deck. And you don't actually have to cycle as long as you discard, it's also fine. Okay. There's a Crash and Burn and a Kick of Celebrations. Now this card goes well with the Sky Ray. There's also a Topterist, which is also a pretty decent creature. I mean, 2 creatures for 1 card is pretty much always good. Lagarin is nice, but I think I'll just take the Crash and Burn. 4-mana removal spell, and if we are actually going to get into the whole cycling theme, then instants are very strong, but because if you don't use your instant at the opponent's end step, oh my goodness, you can just cycle something. This is, I'm very happy to see this late. This means that at least, as it seems, these people who took cards before me didn't go into blue-red. Well, not yet. Maybe they have now. But I'm going to take this because it's an excellent removal spell. Okay, now I will take the Kick of Celebrations because it does what we want. It does the whole discard thing. So when this enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. So it's a card advantage, and it starts your engines for as far as that is useful. Now let me check out my curve. I want to use as many cards which are either removal or do something with my cycling theme. So I'm just going to put this aside because this does nothing with the whole theme. Oh my goodness. Well, 8th pick Sky Ray. It seems like this is at least very open. So I think now the main goal will be to pick up pretty much any card with cycling. Here I'll take the dual colored land because, you know, maybe we will end up with some nice white card that we want to splash. I'm just going to put this one aside. This as well. And yeah, I wonder what the pack is. This was our opening pack, and I'm happy that the Trip Up is still here. I think this is an excellent trick. Especially for our deck because it has cycling, which makes us discard something, and so our Sky Ray gets bigger. Okay, what is it? The artifact creature with 1 cycling got taken, but I think this is also pretty decent. It can hold something down for a long time, 3 turns. Stun counter causes the creature not to untap, or the vehicle, and we can just cycle it if we want. Now I don't expect anything useful to come around anymore. Well, that's actually not too bad. I'm very glad to pick that up. We do need creatures at some point, so I'm just happy to take some creatures. Okay, so this is quite the unit. I do like this card. However, I think at this moment it is pretty much a trap card, simply because we cannot really splash double black. So we could splash double black and take all kinds of lands to play this, but then the odds of us playing this on turn 5 is very slim. So some other interesting cards, there's a 2-drop and there's the Ironclad. And this is an okay creature, but it's very aggressive. There's also this thing which is very good at defending, but since we want cheap cycling, I think I'll just take the Ironclad. It could also be a decent 4-drop. Okay, there's this creature. We are very light on creature, but I would like removal. But I think I'll just take the creature here. Seems like we will be doing some flying action. So I'm very happy to pick this up. Though I would also like this one. Okay, stall out. This one will probably come around. I think we need more creatures, so I'm just going to take the Catalyzer. And maybe we will end up with some payoff for our Start the Engines theme. But I think now that our 2-drops are now okay. So now let's just see if we can find some 3-drop creatures and maybe some top end. So that means 6 drops or whatever. Right. Well, I'm very happy with this. It goes well into our deck. That's a very late removal spell. I'm taking this. It has cycling, and if I actually want to play it with flash, I can make a copy of an artifact or creature. So for instance, the boosted sloop or the sky ray or whatever. So it is a juicy card. Let's just put that at a 1 mana slot because I will be cycling it. Now we need some more creatures, otherwise we will probably die very fast. I guess I'll take one of these. I know it doesn't do much, but since we are light on defense and our plan is to get in through the sky, I think I will take it here. I wouldn't mind one bounce off though, but I'll just take the Coral Tyrant. So far looking pretty decent. Another Ironclad or a land or a stall out. I think I'll take the Ironclad. I think 1 mana cycle something is amazing in this deck. Now we just need some more payoffs for discarding. Okay, trip up. I guess I'll take the land. I think it will be pretty good in our deck. It starts our engines, but most especially once we get to max speed, we can discard and draw a card, which does exactly what we want. Have not seen many 3-drop creatures, which I would really like. Okay, well, I will take the Artillerist over the Ironclad. I like this card, but it's very difficult to cast, so I don't think I will actually play it. I think I prefer this one. I don't want one more of these. Give a creature haste or just a 2-drop. I think I'll go for the 2-drop, but I don't think I will play it. We need more top end. I mean, we have about, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures at the 2-drop slot, which seems plenty. And this one is pretty good if you can make a copy of, for instance, this one, or would like one more of these if it comes around, but I would especially like some 5 and 6 drops or more of the payoffs for cycling. Getting the monument would be amazing, but it's a rare, so I don't expect we will see it. Guess I'll take the Night Market because it has cycling, which is pretty good for a land for the late game. Guess I'll take the Stall out. I thought that this one would come around, and it did. So we are pretty full on being able to discard. Now let's just see, as I said before, if we can find more ways to get rewarded for cycling. Well, that's very late. Okay, that's not really interesting. There's a Broadside Barrage, but there's also this Gunner. And I would love this one. But maybe it will come around. I think I need the Gunner more. I'm not even sure. Can you have too much removal? I don't think I can. I will take this. And now we are very heavy on removal. Would like more of these and maybe some more, as I said before, 5 or 6 drops. For instance, one of the Gunners that we just passed. It seemed like the colors were open enough, so it might also be that the Gunner comes around. But maybe I should have passed on this one. Oh. Well, very happy with the Harrier here. Even if we're not artifact themed, this does a lot of things, so I'm very glad to pick this up. It's a nice top end card. It really slows down the opponent, which is what we want. And the first pack, blue-red, was very open. And this is the third pack, so it goes in the same direction. So I hope that we will get rewarded for going into the open color. Okay, don't mind if I do. This is also very interesting. Oh, could you imagine? I think it would be very fun to play this because we will get many zombies, but I think the Harrier is something that we badly need. And splashing for a 4-drop makes our mana way worse. Okay. Well, we are getting some top end cards, which I like. I guess I'll take the Surveyor here. Simply because we need more creatures. Or the max cycle, I'm not even sure. We don't have any other creatures. No, I'll take the flyer. Oh wow. I would like this one, but I don't think it will come around. I will take this. Seems like we will be going aggressive anyway, so I might as well take an aggressive 3-drop. And I think we can play 1 land less, since we will be doing a lot of cycling, I hope. Now I must admit, I hope that we would have gotten more cards which reward us for cycling. For instance, this one, or the card that deals damage when you cycle. I think I'll take a Howler's Heavy. Not so much for the creature part, but more as the combat trick and the cycle ability. Okay, I will pick up the Artillerist. Our curve is not amazing. Maybe I could drop the Outpace Oblivion. Oh, okay. Well, it seems like I could have also let the other one in. Guess we'll won't be playing the what is it? Oblivion thing. I will keep that one. I will keep that one. 28, so we do need to do some cutting. And it seems we have a lot of 3 and 4 drops, which is probably not amazing. Guess I'll get rid of the Crash and Burn, since we have 3 of these. Don't think I will play another one of these. Yeah, I think this is going to be... This is about to be our deck. Now this is the reason why you don't pick multicolored cards soon. I'm not even sure what we first picked. What was it again? What did we first pick? Well, anyway, we didn't take the blue-white card at the start because it would be difficult, and here we are. It would have indeed been very difficult. Now we need to cut one more card, and I think it has to be a 3-drop. So it should be the Surveyor, maybe the Celebrations, because we have a lot of cycling. No, I can do without this, I think. Yep. Okay. This is the deck. We are, as I said, maybe a bit high on the removal, but it's not something that can go terribly wrong, I hope. Yeah, this is okay. Now, do we have any double blue or double red? I don't think we do. So I guess I'll just play the Night Market as a tapped land. Probably for blue, because we have more blue cards in hand. And I don't want to risk keeping it. I mean, if we don't draw any lands, then okay, that's actually okay. Guess I'll get rid of one of these. Okay. Well, we are settled on lands, so we can use all this stuff to... Okay, well, we can take some damage from that. That's not too bad. Yep. 2/2 flyer. Now, I hope we don't draw any more lands. And let's get our speed up so this thing actually does something. I will take it. Okay. So we could make a copy of this, but that's not particularly amazing. Yeah, I guess I'll just pass for now. If he plays something big, I will kill it. And if he doesn't play anything, I will play the Shaped Thief on the Surveyor. And then it will be some kind of a race. Which we might win because we are in the air. Okay, I think I'll just do this because next turn I can double spell. That's also pretty decent. So let's just get in for 4. Shouldn't have played the land, by the way. Now I'll just play this one and keep up the removal spell. We can give stuff haste next turn, which is also maybe relevant. Maybe I should have done this in his turn. I mean in my turn. And I will not block. And I think we should just put a stun counter on whatever he plays, probably the sarcophagus. Okay, well that's actually a decent blocker. Does that give us lethal? I don't think it does. Maybe with the Raceway. Next turn. So I guess we play this as a blocker. We use the stall out on the 3/3. And might as well play this. If he has a way to let me discard, it will be sad. And now I think I'll just block. And we should have nearly lethal next turn. Or we should have lethal. By attacking with these in the air and then using the land. Perhaps. Or if we draw a creature, we can give something haste. I should have played the land before, so that I could keep up blue for the diversion unit to protect something. So I'm not playing flawlessly. It is unfortunate that we used the Kickoff Celebration to discard the stall out and then we drew a lot of lands. In hindsight, I should have discarded a land, but of course I didn't have many lands at that moment. So it's just bad luck, I guess. Okay, well, I assume he's going to look for a removal spell. He doesn't have to show me, but at least he can't kill me just yet. And if only we could find a way to deal 2 more damage, that would be amazing. Okay. And I just hope that he's not going to do any life linking, life gaining stuff. Wow. Kind of surprised that he does that one. Maybe he has lethal. I mean, he could. Well, we're not dead yet. We need some kind of top deck. Oh my goodness, 2 rares. Well, we need to finish it now, otherwise we're dead, I think. We need some kind of action here. Oh, come on, deck. Yeah, I think we're just dead. So many lands. I think we can't actually attack here. It has menace and double strike. Sheesh. Yeah, well, this is an unfortunate loss. All we needed was, you know, a creature, and we could give it haste, and we would have won. But him having 2 rares with double strike and menace. And he can pump it twice. So he has lethal, or thrice actually, so we need to block both of them. He should just attack with everything and then it's game over. And I don't expect him to give me 1 more turn. Why wouldn't you just tap the zombie? Yep. Yeah, never mind. I mean, we've got nothing in hand, so we can't even have a trick. Okay. Well, that just happened. Game 2. I mean, we just drew, what is it, like 4 lands in a row at the end. And we drew no way to get rid of them. Panda hug. Bring it. Okay. This seems good enough. I think I'll play the diversion unit first and then start our engines and get it up to 2. Ooh, cycling deck against cycling deck. This might be interesting. I also hope to, you know, get some of these, but we didn't. Okay, he doesn't attack. Could also just play the sloop. But mostly for mana reasons. Yep. Let's get rid of the island. Now next turn we can, for instance, play the catalyzer and cycle something, or maybe play the barrage, which would also be fine. But we've got to get rid of the Mako at some point. Okay. Well, that's fine. Another one. Well, we can get rid of that if we want. I think we attack first. So depending on what we draw, we discard either of these lands. Yeah, let's just do that one. Yeah, this is going to hurt. I will have to kill the Mako soon. Which is pretty much just now. We will be at 3 speed. So let's get rid of that one. And this can hold back a lot of stuff. So I think I'll just get rid of that, deal some damage. And if we play the Thopters next turn, we can attack with the Sloop again. And now I think I don't want to play any more lands. Yeah, well, that's why you want the Gunner. Oh, that's actually a pretty nice draw here. So we can bounce that and then attack with both. And bouncing the most expensive creature, I think, is always the best option. So we do it like this. And he's at 6, which is something that I like. He probably plays the Gunner again. And he does that again. Now, I don't think we have lethal. But it's good to just check it. Okay, well, this might infuriate him just a tad bit. Okay, good game. Yeah, he had to block with the Mako there. I mean, he didn't lose yet, but that's just some great top decks there. I'm very happy to see those. Maybe I should just remove the 08, because it seems like we are a bit aggressive. So I'd rather have a trick or an aggressive card. It has to be a creature. Guess I'll go for the specialist here. Now, bounce off is way better if you have counter spells or ways to mill the opponent or whatever. And there's also this card that I have in my deck which says opponent can put it on top of the library, and if you can then mill it away, it's just a very cheap removal spell. Alright, Artorias. Show me what you've got. Okay, well, this doesn't seem amazing, but I hope we will cycle ourselves into some lands, and then we can just have double Sky Ray, which I hope will go the mile. And of course I'm going for red, because I don't have red yet. Oh, interesting. Very interesting here. So this gets this becomes a big threat once he gets low life. Would be funny if he had, what is it? Crewed it, then the thing would die. So I think we'll just build out our boards. Get our engines up. Next turn I might have to use the Barrage or the Artillerist just to get our land drops. And if he attacks, I will block with the Surveyor. I mean, this does something when it's dead, which is fine. Death Touch, sure. I don't think he will. Okay, he actually will attack. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm blocking. I mean, this already did its thing. It started our engines. Okay, well, I will play the boosted sloop now. Still not getting our lands. Let's just hope that I draw lands, because then next turn I can put this on the Sky Ray and then attack with the sloop, and then they will all get counters. Okay. And I think we would like to bounce something at some point. That's a nice combo. I'm not sure why he would do that, but it's interesting. Oh, it's another Sky Ray. Do I risk it? No, I do not risk it. Now I hope to draw a land still, and I will probably just get rid of the Artillerist. Yep. Because this one can also cycle. And now we can put on some serious pressure. But it is important to keep in mind that we have to get rid of the last ride, because from now on it will only grow very big. So I think we barrage it at some point if he attacks with it in the coming turn, or we can just return it to his hand, which would also solve the problem because it would no longer be able to attack. See, there's some people watching. Welcome. If you have any questions during the playing, feel free to let me know. I'm just going to cycle this because we will get some value from it. It will increase our clock. That's also a very nice draw. Very happy to see that. So I think I'll just cycle this for value. And now we might have lethal if we use the Barrage. But I'm not sure if we should, because he has a counter spell. So let's just try it like this. And we should have lethal. Oh, that's actually interesting. I guess the Harrier, because this will push through more damage, and this can also reduce an incoming swing next turn if there is a next turn. Seems like there will be. He has something. Okay. I'll put that on top, that's fine. So this is 9. This might actually be very painful for us now, because he has a 10-10. So if he has something to crew this with, we might need the Howler's Heavy to stay alive. depending on what he does. Maybe playing this one was a bit too aggressive. I should have maybe kept up this one. Kill his creature. But we can still save ourselves 3 lives. And I think he has to get rid of the Sky Ray. Okay. Seems like he's going for it. He cannot pay 2 more life. Maybe he could, but he doesn't have the mana. Maybe he can give it lifelink. Okay, well, he almost had us. But he didn't. I mean, we're at 4. He has nothing, and I guess he's just dead. Another barrage. Yeah, well, let's just finish this. So many barrages. Get rid of the land. Good game. Okay, well, I think it was a good call to keep the Howler heavy to cycle and prevent myself from dying. But maybe it was a bit too aggressive to also attack with the sloop. I mean, it didn't increase the clock that much. But he had a decent deck. I think blue-black as a whole is just not a very strong color in this set. It's good on the splash, I guess, but or you need some busted rares. That could be an option. All right, Dr. D, bring it. I guess this is okay. We can do some looting on turn 3 with this one. And we have plenty of lands already. Now the opponent is playing green, which does kind of scare me. Green has a lot of flying removal and big dudes. Okay. Well, we can just play the Surveyor, attack with the unit, get our speed up. We could also play this one and do the same thing. And then we'll get to loot. No, I think I'll just put more creatures on the board. It doesn't have reach, so already up to 2. And we want to get this to 4 as soon as possible, of course. And stall out is very good against any big creatures that he might play. I think I'll just play the Artillerist as a blocker and also a potential way to deal damage the incoming turns. And I'll keep up the sacrifice thing, because with the Artillerist and the sloop we will be dealing significant damage. And think this can just block that one. He might have a fight spell. Yeah, there's no point in sacrificing if it's already dead. He might have another spell to kill the Artillerist too. Or the Surveyor. Oh, that's very nice. So I will play the Raceway. Guess we'll play another of these. And then next turn we can really pop off by cycling, for instance, the Howler Heavy as a combat trick response. And then we deal quite a damage. And we can play the boosted sloop as well, which also does the same thing. drawing and discarding. Seems to be looking for lands, probably blue lands. Very glad to see him cycle this. Oh, okay. That seems like a desperate move. I don't expect him to have any kind of combat trick, so I'm just going to do it like this. Okay, well, in that case, we're just going to cycle it. Prevent some damage and deal some damage. I think that's a good combination. Now he's tapped out. So we can do both things. We can play the sloop, play the artillerist, and then just attack, do some looting. Guess we don't really need that one. And now with these cards in hand, we can either block something that he plays, for instance a big Catrodon if he does, or a big elephant. Well, I'm not going to block that, because he can do it again, so it would just mean killing a creature. And also cycling these two is just 4 damage. I think we just stall out a... Okay, well now I can just do some math, I guess. Well, this is interesting. Let's do this. I think this works. We make a copy. We attack with the Surveyor. We get 3 triggers. It deals 3 damage to him. This deals 2. We cycle another one of these. And he's just dead. Good game. Yep. Yeah, we had all the answers. Stall out is great. I mean, we didn't have to stun anything here. But having the stall out to just tap any big creature that he might play, I think is very strong. If he had played the Catrodon, for instance. Yep. 3-1 so far. Cannot complain. Now, if you're still watching, do feel free to let me know either by giving feedback or clicking some buttons. It really helps out to get my videos to more people so that I can get more feedback. Okay, well, we go first. We have no blue, which is very unfortunate. But we have some things to cycle, which should help us get blue. So I'm keeping this. But it is a bit of a risky hand, perhaps. But I like the fact that we have the Sky Ray. Okay, it's a very nice draw. We'll just play the Sky Ray. Can you imagine clicking the wrong button and cycling it away? That would be dreadful. It's also a very nice card in our deck. I mean, we didn't get it, but it would be very nice. Next turn we can just sloop, attack, do the same thing again. And keep up the thief for either a Sky Ray or an artillerist. If I don't draw land next turn, I think I will just play the artillerist because it's a decent blocker. Because he is putting on quite the pressure here. He's also blue-red, which makes sense. I think we have to play this as a blocking creature. Don't mind too much if it dies. I will get rid of this one. And next turn we can play Harrier and then Thief the Harrier, and we'll put them back significantly in their speed. And exhaust is something that you can only do once. So he might have a trick, but if he attacks, I think I will just block it. I mean, I don't really care too much about it. If he wants to use a trick for this creature, that's fine. Okay. Sure. Let's attack first, see what we draw. That is an interesting card. So let's just play the Harrier on his Goblin. Really slow him down. Now if he does attack with the rockets, I think I will block. And then I'll just use the Shaped Thief to make a copy of the Sky Ray, for instance. But if he wants to remove something, I think he wants to remove the Sky Ray. And that's why I was fine with him using a trick or the artifact trick thing on the Artillerist, because its stats are not amazing. I wonder what he's going to do. He could do some aggressive attacks here, but he will lose the Swashbuckler. But it seems like he might. Okay, well, then he's just dead next turn, I guess. Unless he blocks. He badly wants to find answers, I think. Draw some cards, discard some cards. But that's a lot of sacrificing for just dealing 3 damage. But I need to keep my health in mind. So I think I will only attack with the Sky Ray, keep the Harrier behind, and just play the Thief on the... Oh, that's also pretty decent. Same thing, let's just attack first. It's a 2-turn clock, because this will be a 5 damage creature before it hits him. Yeah, we can get rid of that one. And we can use this as a combat trick, which I think is probably better. And then also block with it. Wonder what he will do. Ooh. Okay, so it seems like he will not do any more attacks. So that's our win condition gone. But we still have some removal and stuff, so I think we will be fine. I'm just going to flash this in as one of the Spikeshell boys. Could also do the Sky Ray, but I don't think it's lethal yet, so I'm just going to do this. Bounce his biggest damage dealer. And now maybe draw a creature of sorts. So I think we just put a stun counter on this dude. Sure. Then we kill the burner rocket. We attack with both. Would have loved the creature simply for the menace. Is it more damage if I attack with this one? Let me think. Attack with both. No, I think it's pretty much the same. So I think it's just best to attack with both of these. Ooh. Yeah, I think I just need to keep up removal at this point. At least now he knows that I have a decent card. Should probably not play any more lands. Oh, of course, he can just kill my Harrier. Well, it's still a 2-for-1, but that might have been smart for me to keep in mind. I thought they just only crewed, but they can also deal damage. If he only plays one creature, he has to play... Okay, well, we had Menace, so if we... Maybe I should have kept the Sky Ray, so that I knew that I could attack next turn with a 4-4 and a 3-3 Menace. But we got there in the end. 4-1. Feels good to win against a mirror deck. We've had 2 cycling decks so far against us. I think we actually managed to kill both. The Virtuous. Okay. Okay, well, we don't have any of our signpost stuff, but we have some tempo things and cycling. So we should be okay. There's the sloop. That's a very good card. Okay, well, there's more lands, which I like. Don't really care about stalling that one out. I mean, it does almost no damage. So I guess we'll just be passing. Next turn we can play the sloop, and then we can get in with the Aetherdrift and the Harrier, and seems like it will be a semi-slow game anyway. Right. We will be taking some damage for the coming few turns. Oh, that's very annoying. That will also deal quite some damage. So I can just attack with the sloop. Which is probably still the best thing, even though he might block. But we can get rid of our excess lands. And if he does block, that's fine. He will lose the Buccaneer. I am okay with that. I just want to see if I can get his board a bit empty. Another Wicker Folk. Yeah, I think we need to bounce the Terror with the Spikeshell. Make him use more mana. Yeah, he's doing nice stuff. So we get out to 9. Okay, that's also okay. Let me think. We need to get rid of that permanently, so we need to get to our removal spells. I would like to cycle, but then I cannot play anything else anymore. Maybe we just need to do some unfortunate blocks, I guess. Okay. Let's get rid of that one. Like that. Yeah, this is not amazing. This will be very hard for us to to win. We don't have any lifelink, and as long as we don't draw one of our removal spells for the Backdoor Terror, we will be in big trouble. Because he deals 2 each turn, and now, oh, that is very aggressive. I think I have to chomp here. Don't think we have anything against the engine 2. That is just unfortunate. Okay, so I don't think we can win, but I'm just going to return the Aetherdrift to my hand and play that for red. And if we actually can win, what is it? Live one more turn. That would be nice. But we have to make some. Oh, he cannot crew it. Okay, so we will get 2 damage. Oh, okay. Well, this is very smart. I thought he couldn't do it, but he can. Yep, I think we're pretty much dead here, unless we draw the removal spell that we need. Yeah, we just don't have any blocks or stuff. We need to be chomping, and I don't think we'll get there. It's interesting to lose to this because I just said that blue-black as a whole is, I think, not a very strong color combination. But yeah, well, I think we're just dead here. Even if we draw the removal spell, he has a 5/6. He curved out extremely nice, and he had a very nice deck. Cannot say otherwise. So we are 4 and 2. Let's see if maybe we can get to 5 and 2. That would be something that my stash of gems would not mind. So we actually make a profit. Oops, sorry. Oh, this looks very nice. I guess I will not cycle the Clad just yet, because I have the Sky Ray. So we will get value from it later. And we might just have to use the Barrage on the Omnivore. Or we can block it with the Aetherdrift. Elvish Refueler again. Oh! He must not like milling that card. That was unfortunate. So I want him to use his mana, so I'm just going to block like that. I will cycle this one, so that mine lives. And now he actually has to use the, or he wants to use the ability, sure. And now I cycle another time. And he just used all his mana, and we got some cards. And now we can just kill either of these, and mine is pretty big. I think we have to use the Sky Ray defensively, so I'm just going to try and curve out to the max. Put some creatures on the board to block with. And he seems stuck on mana, at least last turn. So he can make that a... He can kill my Sky Ray. I think I'll just not block. I think I will have to kill that in a minute. Keeping the Thopter behind to chump with. And we pass turn. He will mill the cards. Okay, well, this is interesting. I guess we'll just block like this. Don't seem like great trades to me. Oh. That is unfortunate. We cannot kill that until next turn. But we can return it to his hand. Or to at the bottom or the top of his library. And then kill it next turn. But it is very unfortunate. What am I doing? I could just kill it. I thought I had 5 mana. Okay, well, I don't think it's bad still. I could just have killed it. What am I doing? Okay, that was a bad play. Okay, so now we kill it. We leave the land up. Probably leave the Sky Ray behind unless we draw a creature. That was just stupid. So, yeah. Ja.
Ik heb mijn bananenbrood in de oven staan. Straks wil je over een uurtje nog even kijken.
Zullen we het appen? Jo. For safety's sake, I'm just going to assume that he doesn't have a pump spell. And anything that he plays we can bounce. Okay. He should probably attack with the Tender as well, unless he has big plans for his mana. Does he have a pump spell? Okay, well he does have a pump spell, but it's not enough. Now we cannot cycle twice. Oh, we could take the risk though. So I think we just return the... I think the Omnivore. I know I could have cycled this one and then hopefully cycle into another. But well, he shouldn't have played the land. Now I know he doesn't have anything else, so he cannot attack. So if you draw another cycling card, I think it's GG. I'm just going to keep this up. I'm waiting to get another cycling card and we finish. So it's a good thing that I didn't take the risk last game. Otherwise I would have just drawn land and he wasn't dead and I would be dead. But he still doesn't have great attacks. I just hope he doesn't play a reach creature. Okay. Let's counter that. What? Oh, he just pays more. Oh my goodness. Did I just lose the game? Oh, that was stupid. Okay. Yeah. I lost myself the game. Oh, that was just... I thought it was an unconditional counterspell. Oh, that was just stupid. Okay. Well, a deserved loss. I made a mistake. I also got distracted. My wife walked in. Yep. Well, that's it for today. I did have fun. Thank you for watching. And I guess I might just as well do another one, but I will grab myself a drink in between. If you like what I did, feel free to click some buttons, and I will be right back.
Thank you for watching Dad's Drafts.